Hi, thank you for joining today's session. In today's session, I'm going to show you how to create a button where you can attach a template created in Beas to the button with the B1 Usability extension. The B1 Usability extension is part of the B1 Usability Package. So if I go into SAP Business One, you see my item report right here already, and you see I have several buttons already. And if I click, for example, item with no stock, you will see that my screen will change. It shows me all the items without stock. Then if I click on item with stock, it shows me the items with stock. And I already, in the template, I was able to put a color in the background. And if I click on default, it gives me my default view. Okay, so let's say you might want to see only the items with a certain item group. So, and you want to attach it to a button. So you don't have to right click, click on a template and run it from here. You want to have a button here. It's so much easier. Okay, here are all my templates I have created. But let's go and create another one. So if I go to template administration, and I'm going to click new. So let's say I would like to have a template with a certain item group. So I'm gonna call it hardware items. Okay, and there we go. I'm gonna copy my template name also into my description. I'm not doing anything here except what I'm going to do is I wanted to give it a different icon. Just like you saw the smiley face. So this has to do with hardware. So let's find something that goes with it. So I'm going to use this icon right here. Then I'm going over here. I'm not doing anything here. And here I'm going to put a filter. Here in this filter I tell it what to do. And this is a Beas feature. You probably know it from Beas already. And what I'm going to put in there is that I would like to see only items that have the hardware item group. So how can you get this? Very simple. You can always go in SAP to query generator, and you tap off and you find the table for item group. It's right here, and then what you do is you just bring the number and the group name and execute, and you see right here my hardware is 105. Okay, and you see the OITB is my item group table. So I'm gonna put in my filter right here from my item group table and where it's 105, and I'm going to add this one, and okay. So I have my hardware right here. So how am I going to attach it now to my button? I'm going to right click, I'm going to the Beas Usability extension icon, and I'm going to click Edit Function button. On the Edit Function button screen, I will click Add Row. I have all those buttons already, as you saw. I'm going to click Add Row, and I'm going to call it Item Hardware Items. This is the name of the button. You can put more information in here. The ID will be added once I click Update. And you see you can have all those buttons. You can make all those buttons visible just for certain users, and then you can do a different design for other users. I'm going to leave it on the right side. I want to stick it right under the label. And here I'm going to attach my function. And a function can be many things. It can be a SQL report, a bash script, it could be a print macro, it could be a message, and so on. But today we're going to do a template, and I'm going to find the hardware item one. I'm just going to highlight it and transfer it over, and that's it. I'm going to click refresh window, and you will see the button appear on the right side. And here it is. So here's my button. So let's try it out. If I click hardware items, let's see if it works. Here we go. Those are my items there in the item group hardware. Okay, so I just want you to see how flexible you can be. Just right, instead of right clicking, just create a button and you have it right at your fingertip. Then you can go back to default. I go back to hardware or item with stock or without stock and so on. Thank you so much for joining today's session. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.